Hey everybody, and thank you for tuning in today. My name is GM Justin. You can find me on all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing any TTRPGs. And today, for BIPOC Vampire Day, we are playing a game of Vampire the Masquerade, titled El Paso by Night: A Fragile Balance. This is all going to Sickle Cell Research. All the links can be found in the description of the video, so please check those out. If you feel like donating, helping out with a great cause, it'd be greatly appreciated. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and introduce our amazing cast and crew. We'll start it off with Alejandra.
Hi, yes. As you said, my name is Alejandra or Ale. I am one half of the discussion podcast Table Talk, where we talk about pretty much everything both on and off the table as far as TCRPGs goes, our favorite and least favorite things. We invite lots of cool guests on to share the same ideas or just yap with us. We oftentimes ramble, and it's just a very cozy, unhinged time, to be sure. You can find us anywhere at Table Talk RPG. And yeah, that's basically me.
Cool beans. Who would you like to popcorn it over to next?
Ooh, let's go over to Shauntelle.
Hello, I am Shauntelle B. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Shauntelle B, or at my website, chauntellbenjamin.com or wordswithcolor.com. I am a gamer, writer, psychologist, actor. I do all kinds of things. Sometimes I even do visual art. That's nice and fun for me recently. And I feel like that is me. Let's hop over to Amanda.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amanda, and you can find me most places online at Pandacabra. You can find me most often as a cast member of Altered Echo Archives 2 games, the Isekai Fantasy Once Upon a Reflection, as well as our magical realism Empyrean Wilds. I am a TTRPG player. I also do streaming tech every once in a while. I have a background in editing, so feel free to come say hello and all of my socials.
Fantastic. Well, if there's nothing else, then we'll go ahead and begin our story. Even in the city known as the Sun City, darkness falls. There has been for the for Kindred has only been a short period of peace, though as fragile as it is, that peace seems to be in peril. A recent string of missing people has caused an issue with both Camarilla and Anarch alike. Both seem to be pointing to one another, saying that each of the factions are responsible for this. But for one Baron, that doesn't seem to be the case. Something seems off. And with the recent disappearance of service members from the local military base, it's imperative that our coterie, or soon to be, find who's responsible. If I can I have everybody roll me a rouse check? And that's where you're going to roll if you're using demiplanes, it should be there as just a rouse check. If you're using physical dice, just 1d10 to be able to see if you pass or succeed.
I'm trying to find the rouse check on Demiplane.
That should be at
right up the top.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I see it.
I grow hungrier.
I also grow hungrier.
Amanda, what'd you get? You're muted, by the way.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, that should still be a success. At which point, we'll go ahead and start with you. As the night falls and you awaken from your slumber, where do we find you? What do we see you doing as you begin your night?
So I am playing Araceli Marquez, and Araceli Marquez is a bruja, farmer predator type, who has sort of a tenuous agreement with the local student body at UTEP because she runs a taco truck. That's also where she gets her blood. She does not like to feed on people. She prefers to feed on animals. So a taco truck is the perfect sort of secret way of her getting her blood supply. So she wakes up, she is preparing her truck to go out into the night to set up in front of one of the mini clubs near UTEP.
Fantastic. And it's not hard to. Cincinnati Street is the go-to spot for a lot of folks within El Paso for bar hopping, clubbing, all of that. So really easy for you to find a spot. And as you open up, there are a line of people that are already getting hungry, getting ready to eat dinner, just starting out the night. And so things start to get busy. About maybe an hour or so passes by when you receive a message from a number that says it's Marcelo.
I have one employee, and so I say, "Hey, can you take over for a second? I'm going to check my messages."
Yeah, got it, boss. And you'll see as they go over and start taking orders from everybody that's in line.
So I message, "What's up?"
La Santa needs a little bit of assistance. If you can, drop by St. Bartholomew's. There's a bazaar going on tonight, and she would love to see and talk with you if you get the chance.
Do you want me to bring the taco truck?
You'll see like there's a little bit of dots, stops, dots, stops again before the message comes by and says, yeah, go ahead, but don't expect to be up for too long.
All right. I will make my way there. And so I kind of start wrapping up the orders that we got in and ready to move out.
Okay. St. Bartholomew is found in central El Paso, close to the street that's known as Fred Wilson. So from where you're at, taking I-10, heading up to 54, that's your fastest route, and you're able to get there in no time. We'll pan over to Shauntelle. If you don't mind, please tell us who your character is, and also what are their pronouns.
I am playing Neve, Neve Roberts, who is a Malkavian. She. And they're a fairly lanky but small. Doesn't make sense really, but like beanpole, but kind of stopped on the way up. Kind of person. And they are currently sitting at their desk, marking papers, grading papers from their final class of the semester. The session having recently finished and preparing to see clients for the evening.
Before, as you're going through and grading your papers, you'll hear a buzz coming from your phone. And as you reach on over and take a look, it's from a number that is claiming also to be from Marcelo.
I will respond that I'm on my way.
You'll get a response back saying, much appreciated and looking forward to seeing you. The boss is really invested in this, but we'll tell you more when you get here.
Got it.
Okay. as you begin making your way from where you're at, you failed your rouse check, which means you're a little bit hungry for the evening. Um, how are you? Are you going to grab a snack before you head on over, or are you just going to just kind of ride it out, see where it goes?
I'm going to have to write it out because my first client was also my first opportunity for a meal. So I have the blood leech feeding style. So I cannot eat just now if I need to be somewhere else.
Okay. With your first client, do you let them know that you're having to cancel for the evening?
I let them know that I might be available later in that evening, but that I'm not available at this time.
Okay. They'll respond back saying, "Understand. I will reach out later if you're still available."
Hmm.
And
And that paper that I'm grading, I give an A. It is an F grade paper, but it is an A for effort and an A for intention. So
Mhm.
I'll give it today.
Okay. As you begin to head on over to the location that Marcelo had sent you, we'll pull the camera back and we'll find us to where Ale, where your character is at. Tell us a little bit more. Where do we find them? What do we see them doing as they begin at their evening?
Yeah, I think so my character's name is Isabel Ramos. She is like a rather tall, fairly decently curvy, olive-skinned woman with long black hair. And I think we find her dressed very well, very fine, like tailored kind of luxury clothes. But however, her accommodations, we'll say, are less so. And she does seem to have a distaste for that. I think she is currently looking at her phone and finishing responding to Chauntrell's character. Uh, that hopefully she'll see her later for that appointment. And now she's trying to figure out what she's going to do with her evening and feeling a bit peckish.
Okay. Well, as you try and begin figuring things out, you receive a message from Marcelo as well, and he mentions that La Santa needs you over at Saint Bartholomew's to talk about something that's of importance. Please don't be late.
I think she'll respond, you should already know that I arrive exactly when I need to, and sense that.
You'll see as he sends a gif of like Robert Downey Jr. sending a wink and then says, "We'll see you in a bit."
Yeah, she'll send back like the same similar gif of, I always use this one, of Rihanna like looking over her shoulder and doing a little wink.
Mhm. Cool.
And yeah,
You
she'll make her way over.
You also failed your rouse check, so I asked the same question to you. Do you grab a snack on your way over there, or do you just kind of ride out the evening, see where it goes?
I don't think she's one that is used to having to go without, if I'm gonna be real.
Mhm.
So I think, yeah, she'll just take a walk, probably when she's a bit further out from where she's currently staying and more in like a upper class area. And if she sees someone of decent means, she'll kind of turn on the awe a little bit and like draw a little bit of attention to her and talk someone up and see if she can feed on them discreetly.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a wits and awareness roll, please.
Sure. Let's see. Awareness 1. So that's going to be 4. That is 3 successes.
Okay. You'll see that there is that there's a couple folks that are just kind of hanging around. One of them in particular is a woman that looks to be in like her mid 20s, blonde hair, a little bit of a tan, but not by much. As she's just kind of hanging out, drinking, and she's drinking and talking with some folks that are on the lawn with her. They all look like they know each other pretty well. As she kind of like links eyes on you before she hands her beverage over to one of the guys, and you'll see as she kind of like struts on over, and the rest of the guys are going to be like are going to give like the thumbs up, but then just kind of go back to their conversation as she walks up to you. Hey, I've never seen you around here before.
I make my way here on a rare occasion, but I also equally can say I haven't seen you either.
Well, then let me introduce myself. I'm Terry.
Isabel. And she'll kind of like lean over and reach her hand and just like she has like a firm but like very kind of feminine
Mhm.
handshake at the same time. And just kind of within the same motion, she kind of pulls her into her booth.
Okay. As that happens, you can go ahead and take what is it? Take your drink as things occur as they do. As you doesn't take very long, be able to satiate the hunger for just the time being. As she kind of hands you her number after everything is done and says, "Hope to have a little bit of a longer time."
For sure. And certainly somewhere a little more private.
Absolutely. I can always shoo the boys away. They're always here just to visit, but this is my place, so don't be afraid.
Understood. I'll be by a little more often then.
She'll give you a wink, and then she'll head on back, and then you'll hear as like the boys she was with just kind of hoop and holler as you head on over to the church.
Yeah. She'll just walk away. And like once she's out of eyesight, she just kind of like wipes the last little bit of blood right off of the corner of
Mhm.
her lips, and she tosses the number in the trash can. She
Love
is
it.
a siren feeding style. So.
Love it. I'm here for it. As the camera kind of pulls back from you and a little bit of time passes on by, we'll see as St. Bartholomew's church is alive and well with a whole bunch of folks that are gathered here to just enjoy celebration with one another, being able to raise funds for the local seminary for the soon to be people that are going. There are an enormous amount of taco trucks, food trucks, you name it, that there are there. There's a lot of people that are donating their time too, as well as running games and stuff like that. So when Arcel, you arrive, there is a final spot for you to be able to park in. But do you set up shop first, or do you go straight into seeing if you can find Marcel?
Yeah, I set up shop for just a second. It doesn't take too long to set it up. And then when you see the truck, you just see like this short, like 5 foot to um kind of like the only way I could describe is like a short stack, and she's kind of dressed like what I can only describe as cholo goth, where baggy short denim shorts, but with
Hmm.
like the striped socks and chunky combat boots,
Yeah.
and the the wife teaser, uh
Hmm.
and so you just kind of see her stomping her way up, and the boots give her a good like 2 or 3 inches of height, so she doesn't seem as short as she
Hmm.
actually is.
You can smell that there are a lot of mortals that are around you at the moment, but there's also a little bit of the faint smell of the food that is around as well. But the thankfully for you, you're not as hungry as some of the others, so you're able to go on through. And if I can have you roll me a wits and awareness check as well.
All right, and that is, where is my awareness?
And a reminder, our hunger only goes away when we fully drain, right?
Yeah.
There we go. So what's considered a success?
What is it? It should tell you on demi-planes how many successes you have. If it says 0 successes, obviously they're it's going to take a little bit longer for you to be able to find them.
So I have 4 successes.
Fantastic. It's not hard to be able to pick out, despite everything that is going on. You can pick out fellow kindred very easily, and so you make your way over there. You'll notice that there is a gentleman that is familiar. You've seen him around a couple times as well. His name is Ricky. He stands at about like 5'7", Latino mask presenting with a faded haircut that is that has little etchings on the side of it too, and tattoos scattered throughout his body. He also still has a rosary wrapped around his neck as you are walking up. He gives you a head nod and says, "¿Qué pasa?"
Doing good. Looking for Marcelo.
Oh well, he's over with the boss right now, but I'm here. I take it you're here for the business she's asking about, right?
And I nod. I'm just like, yep.
All right.
Kind of cross my arms, try to act tough.
You'll see as he looks at you, smiles like, "They're over back there. Go ahead on through."
All right. And I nod and make my way back.
Cool. As you begin walking back that way, at the Niam, you'll appear as well, and just the same description too of like the festivities going on. Though with your failed rouse check, the smell of the blood from all the mortals that are around are a little bit more noticeable. But you're not in a bloodlust or anything like that. It's just smells really good around here.
Good food. Not for me, but smells good. Seasoned.
But you make your way on through. If I can have you give me a wits and awareness check.
Wits plus awareness. I've got 2 hunger there. Roll that. 1 success.
Okay. It takes you a little bit longer. The distraction of all the food that is around does kind of take your nose here and there. You do kind of pop in to see some of the games that are being played. Loteria is being shouted out every so often. Before you do see, as Ricky is kind of standing by near one of the gates, as he looks over to you and just kind of gives you a head nod as well.
Hello.
Well, hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good, I think. Maybe not tomorrow, but today. Yesterday? Maybe yesterday. You know what? Maybe yesterday instead.
He kind of gives you like a puzzled look before he's like, I'm just going to take it day by day. You're here to see the boss, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She's back there. She's waiting on you and one other person. So you're good.
Okay. And I head on in.
And finally, we pan as we see Isabel. you stroll. You make your way over to the church as well. Um, as you enter on through, you've would you say you've been here a few times before?
For sure.
You know where to head off to. You know who do you got to see. So instantly make your way over and you see Ricky as he just kind of gives you that head nod as well, and then without even really saying anything, he just nods his head, saying, "Just go on through."
She has almost like no pause or hesitation in her stride, but she will, like, as she goes by, she like looks at his rosaries. She'll go, bendiciones, and then goes in.
As you head on through, you'll see as Anita Chaires, also known as La Santa, is sitting. She is currently having her hair fully down. She has a crop top jean jacket and and a tank top underneath. As she's talking with Marcelo, as well as having um, Araceli and not Aya there with her, as she's just kind of bullshitting around, just kind of getting like the small talk through before she looks over and just kind of gives you a head nod too. And she says, "Well, look who finally decided to show up."
I mean, you knew exactly what time I would arrive. I'm pretty sure. You're not
Yeah.
Nunez.
No, I'm not. It's just like everybody else around here. We say another time, and about 30 minutes later, it's just like with any other family reunion, right?
Listen, just because I was embraced doesn't mean that the fact that I'm going to be late is obsolete.
It's to be expected, but thanks for coming on by. I'm sure you all were busy with the evening, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm a little concerned about everything going on. I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to news or anything like that. If you aren't, I can catch you up.
I can't say I've been paying much focus to that at the moment, but by all means.
You'll see as she looks at you, Isabel, and then she kind of like rolls her eyes and just kind of giggles a little bit before Marcelo, who stands about 6'2", has cornrows in his hair, African American. You'll see as he has his rose tattooed on his neck, as he begins to say, "Well, with all of the disappearances that have been going on, we've been having a back and forth between the families on the other side, on the west side, and the the barons here, trying to figure out who's to blame for all of this. The Cams trying to do their part as far as figuring out who is doing the hunting, and we're also putting feelers out there too. The big thing to note is that recently there have been some soldiers that have gone missing, and that has everybody on edge at the moment. Now, I've been telling the boss that, well, maybe it's just someone got embraced, lost track of their kid, and the person's just going havoc, and we just need to find who it is. But someone, and he's going to look over at her, and she will just kind of like shake her head. No, I feel this is a lot different.
Soldiers is sloppy work.
Very. And you all know the deal, right? Soldiers on the base are off limits. That is all of us having that agreement, Cam and us as well. So that's what's concerning.
So you want us to take a look, figure out who's responsible, and throw the blame and have someone sick their dogs?
Bingo. There it is.
Easy enough.
Isabel, you're not just looks. You also got brains too. I appreciate you for that.
A lot of people underestimate me, and they pay for it. So I'm glad you're getting to know that now.
In exchange for all of you helping, if you so choose, I'm just asking. I've heard good things about you all. So, well, except, and she'll point over at you. It's like, I've heard good things about the two of you, and I know she's very capable. So I figure, why not put that to the test? You're able to find out who is doing all of this and bring them over to and turn them in. There'd be a prize for you.
What kind of prize?
Well, have your own stake of claim here within Central, your own area that you can call your own.
Tomorrow?
I'm sorry.
Tomorrow.
Technically, yeah, it would start tomorrow if you found them tonight. Yes.
Hmm.
In fact, I will let you all pick where exactly you want this to be. It's up to you.
So I'm understanding a place each or a place for the three of us?
Place for the three of you.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
Of course, that's if you're able to find it.
I can find anything.
That's what I'm hoping for.
All right. Well, do you have any specific leads you want to sick us on, or just go schmooze up some soldiers and see what we can shake out?
I do have one. I have Rosalita out there who's been helping to do some scouting too. And she seems to have found a site. So if you guys can link up with her, or you can schmooze up the soldiers, it's up to you. I don't care how you get me the eggs, just give me eggs, and so I can make an omelet. And yeah, you'll see as she kind of pulls out her phone, and then does a couple things before shooting a message out to the three of you, and it'll have Rosalita's number. And it says, hit her up. She's one of our solid leads, but if you guys can find somebody else, by all means, go for it.
Understood.
How many
How many what?
Soldiers.
So far, 3 have gone missing. Even one, though, is more than enough for concern. Isabel, you already know the stories, quote unquote, of how they have a group of hunters that are on base with ready for us to do something stupid. So let's hope we find them alive.
Over how long?
Well, from what I recall, is that they've been there for as long as we've been in power, since say the late 1800s.
No. Over how long? The 3.
The period of time in the kills.
Oh,
Or missing.
that's a pattern we haven't cracked, because some people will go, what is that, the gaps will be from like a day or two to about like a week to about 2 weeks, and then a couple hours you'll see reports of like people going missing. So with these 3 though, it's been about 3 days since the last group of people went missing.
Ooh,
And you're
hungry.
sure they didn't just decide to go AWOL in Juarez?
No, we aren't sure about that, because that could be a legitimate thing, but it's the group. See, from what I understand, it's 1 going missing, going AWOL. That's one thing. 3 at the same time, that's something else.
And they didn't desert.
Probably not.
I imagine if it's on all of our radar, then it's likely not desertion. But not something to count out, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that gives me the biggest and you'll see as like her face gets really stern, not stern, but like stoic. She will say, "It reminds me of the '70s."
Do
When
we?
Inquisition?
no, it was when the Sabbat came into town and took over.
Mm, and the massacre happened.
Exactly.
Hmm.
You think they're involved in any way?
I don't know, but we're fine. The fact that Rosalita had found gravesite of a gravesite, and it just seems to. Maybe it's just me, and I've always been a little concerned since then that they may come back. But I don't know. The back and forth. It's it's the cam. No, it's the Anarchs. It's the cam. It's the Anarchs. It's just something's telling me that there's more. And I want to confirm that. I know the other barons are probably saying I'm fucking crazy, but I refuse to let, if it's them, be caught with my pants down.
Well, I'll go poking around. And if you've sent me into a hornet's nest, then I'll just invoice you.
It's not like I'm not good for it.
I know. Shall we?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Well, what do you two think we should do first? Should we follow this Rosalita lead or find our own means?
Start with existing information. Build context. Then
Okay.
go from there.
Sounds good. And I'll shoot Rosalita a text. And I'll say, "This is Isabel. I've been told that you've got some information for us. You want to drop a pin?"
You'll see on the message, it'll be a thumbs up followed by a pin drop that is up in the northeast, heading out of the city, but closer to the mountains. That's where the pin is at. You can take a look on through. It looks like there's some rough roads that are there, but then possibly some sort of construction going on. But as far as like Google is concerned, like this is still like open grounds.
All right. We all getting a ride together, or we're not taking the food truck? I'm so sorry.
If you can even afford the insurance on it anyway.
You're very right. Those roads look rough, and I know you've got expensive equipment. So it would just be, more hassle really than it's worth. I can just call us a ride if we want.
What kind of ride is it?
A motor vehicle, darling.
A motor vehicle. Is it a new one?
Do you want it to be?
I would like to know the extent of your means.
I'll just call. Would you say that amongst like my touchstones or anything that I retained a resource for like a chauffeur or someone that was of like the help of my family?
I'm sure before events had taken place that you were able to garner your own wealth as passive income.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll call my driver.
Doesn't take too long before you'll see a Hummer limousine kind of roll on up to the church, and a gentleman will pop on out and open the door. He stands about like 5'5", Latino también, and he says, I'm here. Sorry, I didn't mean to get late. There was an accident on 54, and I just took a little longer. Hi.
You're all right. And she just kind of pats him. She's like, go on, open the door.
Opens the door.
And she'll motion you in. Are these means good enough for you, Nee?
To the chauffeur, what's your name?
Juan, but people also call me Johnny or Juanito.
Oh, Juanito, what have you been doing today?
Ooh, and then you'll see as he starts listing off all like the mundane things that he was doing, such as like washing the car, getting everything pressed, getting everything vacuum cleaned in here. He'll mention how he's talking to his girlfriend throughout the day, but she's over in school, not here, but over in Georgia, and how much he misses her, and he just is going on and on and on, and won't go until somebody stops him.
I'll let him keep talking, and then I reach into my back pocket, pull out a little fold for cash, a little cash fold, and pull out a couple hundred, hand it to him, and say, you should visit your girlfriend at some point in the next week.
Oh, okay. I would.
She
I'm
misses
sure.
you.
Okay, I'll do that.
But not 2 weeks. If you wait 2 weeks, she might be gone. So you gotta go next week.
Okay. That doesn't sound ominous at all. But okay, I will put in
You'll,
my
You'll go next week. I'll approve your PTO. You're fine.
Thank you. As like you all head on inside, he'll close the door and then head on over. Isabel, you will
Liam,
already.
now I have to find a replacement driver next week. What am I gonna do?
I don't know. Good luck with that one.
You can't just be giving my help ominous forebodings.
It wasn't ominous.
It was a little ominous. 2 weeks, she's gone, so it has to be next week.
I mean, it's 2 weeks to end of semester.
That's fair.
She's gonna go somewhere else.
She needs a reminder.
I don't know. I didn't talk to her.
Fair. Alrighty. Well, Juan, and she'll just send him the pen. We're going here. Avoid as much of that road work as you can, please.
Well, dude, do you want the window up and with some privacy, or do you want me to keep it down?
We'll keep it up for now.
You'll see as he gives you the thumbs up and pushes, and the window will slowly come on up, and you'll hear as it seals, and you are all essentially in a private. Have this pretty much to yourselves. Nothing noise-wise can't get out or can get in.
Mm-hmm.
And how would you describe what you have this limousine accommodated with?
I would say, I mean, it's very like cush and plush. I think like it does not make sense for her to have any like drinks or alcohol like present in any way, shape, or form. And she's personally like a live drinker more than anything. So I think as far as like any human amenities, she kind of was like, that's pretty much useless. There's definitely like, I think one of the like, instead of a back window, it's like a two-way thing that there's like a button to have like a, well, no, let me see. I think it's just kind of like a screen where she can do any like work, research, check up on her business situation with, but that's kind of like the overall vibe of what's going. She does a lot of work over like long trips if she has to in here.
Cool. Not too much long before you feel as the vehicle begins to take on off, and you all begin your journey up to where the pin is. Is there anything you guys would want to talk about on your way up there?
Mm, do we have any early theories? Any bets you want to place on what this is all about? I mean, I certainly haven't heard anything about these soldiers, but did y'all hear before she said anything?
I heard. But people go missing every day.
True.
I'm still convinced they probably just went AWOL on Juarez, but I'm willing to look this through.
Maybe Sabat.
Maybe. Or just internal politics and trying to blame it on the right people so that you can get away with it.
I think if everyone's trying to pass the blame to each other, then they're probably not. They're just scared. Both of them.
Scared and ambitious, and willing to turn it to their advantage if possible.
Yeah. That seems right.
Do you think you're going to glean anything from this gravesite when we get there?
Maybe. Maybe they're just hiding there and we'll sniff them out.
Just all three of them curled up in a grave?
I didn't even think about the grave part. Yeah, maybe.
I guess we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not too much longer. Time passes by before you feel the bumps in the road as you feel going off-roading for just a small little bit before things kind of smoothen on out. You would be able to tell like you are outside of city limits because all the lights that you would see are pretty much gone at this point. And then you'll watch as or you'll feel as the vehicle pulls on up and then turns to where you guys can see that there is a little bit of a construction site that is here. There's a couple bulldozers here and there. Not much has gotten started. And there is a woman that stands at about 5'8", long black hair flowing, and she is kind of standing around looking and has her eyes kind of squinting as the light from the limousine is kind of flashing on her. But you'll see as the window will go on down, and Juan says, "We're here, boss. Is there anything you need me to do? Keep it running, or what do you want?"
Keep it running. I don't imagine we're going to be here for too long.
Gotcha. Will do. And then
Yeah.
you'll see as the window comes right back on up, and some scurrying going on before the door opens right back up.
All right, we'll get on.
As you all do, can I have, just by chance, give me a look to see which one's going to fit best. We'll go in intelligence and academics. Only because no, actually intelligence and investigation.
Intelligence. Investigation. Okay.
2 successes.
Okay.
No successes. And a
It
hunger, I
was
think.
intelligence and which one?
Investigation.
Investigation.
Mhm.
No successes, and one of them was a hunger die.
Okay.
I have one success.
Okay. So I would say then you see as the woman is standing out there, and you all approach, she'll just kind of like do this and say, "Isabella, is that you over there?"
Oh, yes, honey, hold on. And she'll make a motion to Juan to like turn off the headlights.
The headlights will turn off real quick, and you'll see as this woman is standing there. For as for you, Naya, the you've your connection with what is it? Your connection as far as like everything to do with Malkavians allows you to
Mhm.
be able to see past and present and future. There's something off. There's a connection here that is not made that you would generally make in this case.
As in, this person is not connected to the past, present, or future?
Not connected in terms of like the people that you have come across with, from the Baron to um, your fellow coterie members. There doesn't seem to be anything that connects this person to them.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Found what is it? Found the gravesite, and well, it's messy.
Mm.
Hmm.
Is it all three?
It looks to be.
And she'll just kind of look at Neon and kind of gesture for you to kind of take the lead because I feel like you're the best one to assess that particular situation.
Ooh. You have a story for me.
Well, as far as what I've been able to find, these Canaanites were, what is it? Looks to have been buried. Looks like they were possibly turned, and well, they're still here. So I don't know if they are ready to necessarily be. Um, they probably met. Well, I don't even think like that. But the gravesite, bodies are there. It matches the descriptions of those that went missing not too long ago. So I know that the La Santa was looking to see if she can find if we can find these, and well, looks like they're here.
Wait, they were turned and then they died?
Looks more like they were turned, buried, and then they're still unconscious in torpor.
Oh.
It's
Ooh. Interesting.
I'll go take a look
Yeah.
in the grave.
you can see that there are bodies that are down there. They don't that you don't smell blood on them. They smell like, what is it? Um, they're not moving either. You can tell that they could be kindred. They just have not fully. They've not.
Fully turned.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I was joking about finding them all cuddled up like this, but
I'm going to hop into the grave.
You quickly jump on down there. What is it that you like to do?
I kind of want to assess their past or their future.
Okay.
Like, they are cuddled up, or,
Mm-hmm.
piled up, puppy piled, maybe. They've obviously been placed like this because
Mm-hmm.
you don't fall in this position.
Yes.
So, like, what story am I getting from the fact that they have been placed like this specifically?
Is there a specific ability that you are looking to activate for this?
I think premonition seems
Okay.
about right here.
Then, what is it? Give me a rouse check then.
Success.
Oh, okay. Cool. Then, actually, I think I got it wrong. It should have been what is it? Resolve and aspects. That's the one I should have asked you to do. But good to know for that one. As that is going on, for the rest of you, you see as Niam would jump down into there. What is your thoughts at the moment as you see as they begin to explore the gravesite?
I think for me, I'm going to say because I one failed and also gained a hunger from this, I'm kind of trying to keep a little bit of my distance. And although they're half turned, there's just like something about my little snack earlier didn't quite satiate me. And now I'm like feeling a little bit of that rouse. So I'm like, I'm trying not to intervene as much as possible. And I'm also fairly familiar with the way Niam works. So I'm kind of giving enough space for her to do her thing as the half dead premonitions. That's not my bag. I have no use for people that aren't conscious. So once they're conscious, I'm here. But I'm just kind of prowling around the outskirts of the grave watching.
For sure. Araceli?
I also want to hop into the grave. Specifically, are they wearing uniforms?
Yes, they still are.
I want to examine their uniforms and see if it's the same unit patch, if these are just 3 random soldiers, or are they in the same unit, the same.
Okay. Then for you, if you can give me what is it? They won't even have to roll. It's not hard. You'll be able to see because they're laying on their left side. They all have the same unit patch, which would seem to indicate that they came from the same unit. Now, Niam, what did you get for your roll?
3 successes.
Ooh, okay. You are able to. How does that look, by the way? Like as you tap into this to try and get this, what does that look like?
I think it looks like they're just doing what looks like a swaying dance. It's not necessarily super noticeable, but they are doing a little two-step situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost looks like a happy dance. It looks like they're just like, I'm loving where I'm at right now and what I'm doing.
Not the happy dance in the grave.
A happy
Over
dance in the
these dead
soldier's grave.
soldiers. What a mood.
Yep. It's great. It feels good.
Yeah. But glimpses of what they've experienced take hold. You'll see as they were out in the field doing whatever, standing guard, and I use that in quotations, and that it's nighttime and they were smoking cigarettes, talking about random things, when suddenly there is a figure that strolls on by. It's a little fuzzy as to like what this figure looks like, but they're all kind of entranced before another flash as two of the soldiers go down, and the one that you're getting a point of view from is trying to like back away, and that same figure says something that you hear is kind of like a Charlie Brown womp 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 kind of a deal before things go black. And now we're here.
Definitely kindred.
But why leave them here?
I
And
don't know.
in torpor. Did you see who did it, or
No, just a figure. Definitely kindred. Fast. So fast.
faster than normal?
Faster than me.
Hmm. Can I just kind of like take a look around at the general area where this gravesite is? Like, is there anything like, if I'm thinking about this from the perspective for me of what I think it is
Mhm.
there's a game being played. This is very intentional. It's very out in the open and super reckless to leave like some half-turned boys in an open grave.
Mhm.
It seems very much to me like someone intended for them to be found, intended for all of this. And so I'm trying to get an angle of like, what's the game? What's the goal? What are you trying to portray by doing this? And I would love to be able to roll with politics if possible, but up to you.
I mean, it fits with the way that you're coming at it. It fits for me. So politics, and let's go with let's go intelligence.
Intelligence and politics. Okay, cool. You roll. Am I looking? I don't know if I'm looking at this bad. Oh, that was my rouse check. Okay, hold on. What does it mean whenever the dice are red versus white?
The red dice should indicate your hunger die, and then the white one should be your regular dice. They're part of your dice pool.
Okay. Roll. Okay, there we go. 3 successes.
Okay. You take a look just along that same line of logic. You can see that there's an excavator that is not too far off. That with this with this construction site being convenient with what needed to be, what is it, with having the stuff, with having the equipment needed to be able to make this grave site, it's it feels very much like it's a trap. Because why else would somebody leave a grave site open for it to for whoever to stumble upon it? And then on top of that, there's another group that you're familiar with that does this very same thing.
Do I know
They,
what group?
they have the nickname for kindred that they had just turned as, if I'm not mistaken, shovelheads. But they also go by their faction name of the Sabbat.
Fuck.
Who?
Ooh. Sorry, that's for my medication. Um,
It is time.
It is time. I'm like scanning around to see if I see anyone coming. Like, is this a trap for whoever was going to find it, or us specifically, or if this is a trap for someone later? But I am also going, I suggest you get out of the grave. And I'm trying to be very like, I'm trying to play it off as like, I haven't had any realizations or anything. I'm just still keeping pace as if I'm looking around, but I am kind of in a more alert mode and just trying to subtly tell them to get out of the grave.
How dark is it currently?
It's pretty dark. There is a half moon out, but it's still not enough to be able to fully shine the area.
I will activate my Eyes of the Beast.
Okay. As that happens, you take a look on through, and you can see that there is still, well, there are piles of like building material out and about for the construction. You don't see any movement at the moment.
So what that looks like is that my eyes are turning red for the other two, and I was like, and I say that I'm keeping watch for any movement.
Are you able to get the bodies out of the grave? They're not dead. We just throw them in the trunk.
I could do that. I'm a lot stronger than I look.
I'm sure.
That's perfect. I'm weaker than I look.
I just don't really want to touch them.
You'll hear as the woman just kind of pops up like, I'm just here to scout and find shit. So we good?
Yeah, I think we're good. You can probably safely report back that I think there might be some Sabbat situations going on here. They're
Okay.
kind of known for doing things like this.
Okay. And you'll see as she pulls out her phone real quick, and you will notice that it is kind of a little bit of an older phone, a flip phone, as she begins to, what is it? No, it wouldn't be a flip phone because you wouldn't be able to do that. So it would be, I would say, probably an older smartphone then. As she pulls it out and she begins to like, with one finger, just start like putting everything in to send a message out. And as she does that, if I can, Araceli, if you can give me a strength and athletics check for me, please.
Okay, strength and athletics. That is one success. One success.
Trying to get all three bodies up at one go is a lot harder than what you had thought it was, but you can definitely at least take two at once if you toss the other one up ahead.
I will do that because Araceli is strong, but she's short, so she's struggling a little bit to get them.
I see this body just flop out, and I'm like, and I'll just like very like hesitantly like grab the collar, very much like I'm grabbing like dog shit at this point. And I'm just kind of walking in my fucking stilettos through this construction site, dragging this man to the car.
I will take his hand and skip.
Mm-hmm. That's Araceli. He just carries two grown ass. Incredible. Juan, the trunk.
You'll hear a distinct tunk as the trunk opens up and just like plops on open.
Just toss that man in there.
Understandable. And yeah, no, as you all do, and you close it up, the woman will look at you all and said, "All right, I shot the message out, so she said just head on back and you all can talk with her. If you don't mind if I can catch a ride with you, do you?"
Sure.
We got space.
There's plenty of space. And yeah, I guess we'll just head on back.
As you guys begin to make your way over there, Juan will head on out, but as he does, you'll see a quick flash, and the woman is immediately tackled down on the ground as you see another kindred is beginning to attack. And if I can have you all, give me a wits and awareness roll for me, please.
And
I love the little chirps.
he's going crazy right
It's
now.
going crazy town. 2 successes for me.
2 successes for me.
Okay, cool. Before anything else, you all quickly clock as that takes place, and just before another kindred can come over and do the same thing, you all manage to be able to sidestep and move out the way and allow for them to essentially miss out, and you would dodge out of that way. Juan will see this and is frightened, and you'll see as he just opens the trunk and hops on inside.
God bless him. I lock the car.
And
Sweet boy.
now it's up to you. As you see, as the woman is being attacked by one of the kindred, you have now 3 others that are kind of surrounding you all. One of them is standing at about 6'2", white, brown hair, has a very feral look upon him. The other one is an Asian-looking man, has the same thing, very feral, very bloodthirsty and hungry. And the other one is a Latino male that is doing the same thing, as they're just kind of eyeing you and waiting to see like how they can attack.
Mhm.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I'm trying to read one of my things real quick. I have a question for you. So I have a presence ability called Melpomene, I think.
Okay.
It says like the voice of the user becomes like that of a siren, able to entrance and terrify by itself without the user having to be present. So this can affect anyone that can hear me.
Mhm.
It says the vampire is able to use awe, daunt, dread gaze, entrancement, and majesty through their voice alone. Does that mean it would have to be like I have one of those abilities and ergo that applies to that ability? Or even though I don't have them, I can use them through this ability? Like I have awe, but I don't
Yeah.
have the others. So would
Hmm.
that ability mean I can use any of those specifically in this context of hearing?
Yeah.
Or does it only apply to awe, which is one that I have?
I think we'll go with your use of awe in this case.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. So this
Fair.
might not apply.
If anybody has any disagreements on my ruling, they can meet me over at the Denny's parking lot on Woodrow Bean and Kenworthy. So
You think I won't drive out the house to fight you, but I will. I've done it once. I can do it again. You're not safe just because this state is vast and lawless. Okay. In that case, I would like to make eye contact with the one that is currently on Rosalita.
Mhm.
And I would like to try to compel them. Basically, literally, like full court press mom voice, like off.
Love that. Okay, cool. What is it?
How's charisma plus dominate? Let me see. With eye contact, the vampire can issue the single action command. It's free, cost wise. Dice pool, charisma plus dominate versus intelligence and resolve.
Versus intelligence and resolve.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So, charisma, dominate.
You have to beat 4 successes.
Willpower is something I can do to add more dice, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can use, what is it, willpower to do the thing. Just mark it as, what is it? I just saw it just a little while
I
ago.
can use it to re-roll. So like roll my
Yeah.
pool.
Yep.
And if I want to re-roll, got it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So I would like to do that. And can I? How do I apply it in here? Is there a way? Oh wait, reroll. Here we go. Here we go. So reroll. Mm, 3 successes.
Okay. You say it. You get a quick glance up before they continue to do their attacks, and you can see that Rosalita is trying her best to push them off. And it looks like whatever blows that they are dealing with are making contact. But she is fighting back. What about the rest of you all?
I'm going to go with my first thought in this moment that doesn't make any sense at all, but it's what's going to happen. Name's going to very loudly. This is using mesmerize, so I'm going to try to make eye contact with one of them. Very loudly start singing the Sesame Street theme song.
Incredible.
Love it. Okay. What do they have to roll in this case?
They are rolling intelligence and resolve.
Alrighty. That.
And I do need to do a rouse check first. See if I get more hungry. I succeed on that, which is nice. And that's 3 successes from me.
You'll see as the Asian gentleman will stop and just kind of like his eyes are stuck on you as he just kind of straightens himself up. Has he got 1 success?
The command is kinda the Sesame Street philosophy, which is, hey, let's be friends.
Yeah.
Let's
Absolutely.
be friends and have fun.
Absolutely.
So that's the goal. That's what I'm looking for from this mesmerize.
Okay. And then Araceli, what is it you're looking to do?
So with the one that isn't mesmerized, whoever is, I want to activate my Eyes of the Serpent to try to basically paralyze them in place.
Saucy. Okay.
So they have to roll wits and composure.
Oh, okay. So let us do wits and composure.
So, and it's just whoever hasn't been affected by anything yet.
Alrighty. All right. And that is 2 successes.
I rolled 4 successes.
Hell yeah.
You can see that the African American gentleman will, like, with that feral look, suddenly just like seize up, and then you'll see as he topples on over. The other Latino gentleman will see this, and then just immediately just shout before they start to take on off and disengage from you all. The one that was attacking Rosalita will just swipe at her one more time and then push off to begin taking off out west.
Question for you.
Answer.
Does feeding on kindred count if you drain them?
Ooh, I mean, you can do that. That is a thing you can do.
Because I'm at 4 hunger out of 5.
Ooh.
You know, that's actually a really good point. Hey, Ale, how would you
Hey.
describe
Hey, bud.
how would you describe Isabella's beast?
Isabella's beast is as bloodthirsty as it is power hungry,
Mhm.
I think. So a lot of like the way that it communicates with her is a lot of manipulation of the guilt and the fall of her station and getting her back to where she should be and what is like rightfully owed to her. And it's a lot of like toxic ego and bloodthirst mixed together.
The whispers start to kick on in. They're back. They're back. And they're here to finish the job. Are you going to let them do that?
No.
Doesn't he look good enough to drink? I mean, we're hungry, aren't we?
So fucking hungry.
They showed no mercy to the family when they came by the first time. Why should you show mercy this time?
Incredible. Am I rolling a rouse check or anything? You think?
I would say give me a how do we want to do this? Because it's going to be one of those. It's going to be it's going to be a resolve. You're going to be rolling a resolve check. I'm thinking composure and resolve for this one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Composure. Resolve. I'm also debating because I also know I have a cute little human boy in my trunk.
You do have him too.
He might not get to see his girlfriend next week.
Oh no.
I might just have to find new help.
Juanito, no.
3 successes.
Describe how you manage to keep yourself composed. Mind you, your fellow kindred with you probably can see how hungry you are at the moment. How does that look like for them, and then how does it look like for you as you maintain what you have and don't immediately just start draining one of them?
Yeah, I think she started walking like in equal measures sensual and predatory towards this like paralyzed one that is just helpless. And she had started like grabbing him by his face and lifting him up. And then you just see just a moment where she kind of like turns her head away, like drops him unceremoniously. And then she'll walk over to her trunk and open it and look at Juan. Juan knows, right?
You tell me. Does he know? Is he a ghoul?
I think he's a ghoul.
Okay, then
I
he's gonna
think
look at
one.
you and he's like, another one.
Yeah, I'm fiending. So hand that wrist over, and she'll put on a little bit of awe, and there is just this moment of like it's in that full like siren feeding style where she kind of like lifts him out of the trunk. She's not about to like do this on top of half dead boys. But it is like almost a weird like employee to employer power dynamic situation. And then she just like very kind of sensually like takes his face and pulls it aside and then starts feeding on him to get rid of most of the hunger, but not all the way.
Okay. Does anybody else have high hunger right now? I was just gonna ask that question.
I have 2.
That's not that bad.
And I've got a friend now.
You do.
So I feel like I need to roll a rouse check just to know whether or not I do have a little sip, because this is my kind of meal.
Okay.
I did not succeed. So I am going to, I think, go up to my friend and just say, I can tell that there's a lot going on for you. And if you come see me later, when you've had time to think it all through, I'll give you a free introductory session. And then I'll bite him. He's paying for the session ahead of time, but you know,
That's fair.
he doesn't know that. I feel like that's reasonable.
Who am I to stop you? Nah, I'm not. Okay, cool. I will ask, Adesanya, as you have Isabel that is feeding inside, feeding on one, and then you see as Niam is now feeding on this other kindred that is seemingly becoming friendly. How are you responding to everything that is going on?
I just kind of squint at them in judgment because I purposely do not feed on the blood of mortals or kindred. So
Mhm.
I'm like just giving the I'm so disappointed in both of you kind.
Don't impose your veganism on me, bitch.
Exactly.
I don't judge you for how you feed. Shit.
I don't
Mhm.
judge you for those animals.
I
Like
didn't say anything.
It's like I'm not mad.
I'd
I'm
lie.
just
She
disappointed.
definitely judges
Mhm.
1000%. But
Okay.
yeah.
As you all feed up enough to be able to take, satiate the blood, not have to, what is it? Have to worry about about that anymore. Obviously, because you didn't. It's just a snack, so it's able to mark down off of. It's able to mark off one hunger
Mhm.
for you all, save for Araceli, but they're not that hungry tonight anyway, so it's all good. But yeah, no. Now you'll see as like Rosalita will pop on up and she will just kind of like dust herself off. And she says, "What in the fuck was that?"
If we look at them, are we able to kind of discern the ones that are still here? Are we able to discern that they're Sabat?
You can pick up the telltale signs of dirt that is still on their clothes and on their bodies as well. Um, yeah.
Okay. Well, you've made friends with that one, and he's
Yes.
incapacitated. We should bring them in too.
Let's bring this one at least.
Sure.
He's friendly now.
Yes.
So friendly. Honey, though, are you good to drive? Did I drink too much?
Just give me like 5 minutes, boss. I just
Okay.
put a little too much. And you can see
There,
kind of like
there should be like your little snacks in the glove compartment, I'm sure.
you just watch as he comically like just drops down, and then you hear like a little rumbling as he like scrambles on away.
Love
Yeah.
Juanito. But yeah, I'll toss the other one that's paralyzed in the trunk too.
Mhm.
Cool. And the one that is friendly, where is he going into the truck too, or is he going to go into the main cabin with the rest of you?
Mhm. What's your name?
Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy. Can you come sit in the car with us and be
Can.
good?
I can
That
be.
would be wonderful. Great.
Anything,
Let's go.
anything for my new friends. And you'll see as he just
Yes.
like very casually goes over, opens the door, hits on inside, and you'll see like he sits with his hands on his thighs, and he has like a very cheery grin. And as the rest of you all enter into the vehicle, where we left off was our kindred for the evening. Were called to a bazaar that was going on to meet with one of the barons of the Anarchs, Anita La Santa Chaires, who had asked him for help in trying to find who was behind all of the disappearances that were going on, while all of the rest of the barons, as well as the Camarilla, think it was each other that was doing everything. She suspected there was something more. Our kindred took the lead to meet up with a Rosalita who had found an open grave and our three missing soldiers that are in a state of torpor, who've now gone are now thrown in the back of a Hummer limousine. Along with that, we have an additional two kindred that are with us. One of them who is paralyzed, and the other one who is our new best friend, as the driver Juanito is still sipping on some juice and his little snackies as he's trying to get himself going again. But right for the time being, the vehicle is running, the doors are closed and locked, and you all are there with him as he smiles very eagerly, waiting to help help his new friends.
So Jimmy, it was Jimmy, right?
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what you and your previous old friends were doing?
Oh, we were told that we needed to prove ourselves and wait for some of I don't know they we were never told um vampires to arrive and that they would come at some point in the night, and then well whenever you all kind of showed up we waited and then we attacked like we were told to.
Hmm.
Were you told why you should do this, or just that you do need to?
That we needed to in order to move up the within within the group the that's within the group. They said that we were what is it? Initiates, and that we needed to prove ourselves, so this was our opportunity.
So this was almost like hazing, really.
I think so.
What's
Okay.
your group called?
They didn't say. They just said that if we wanted to learn more about them and gain more power, that's we have the gist of what it means to, I guess, be vampires right now. But if we wanted to learn more and become more powerful, we needed to do what they say. Plus, I'm
Where?
hungry.
Well, we'll take care of that in a second. Where did they find you?
Oh, I was on what was it? I was downtown. The what is it? A couple nights ago, when I was coming out from one of the bars that's down that way, and well, next thing I know, I digging myself up out of a grave, and it was kind of shocking. But they were a bunch of people that were around that kind of celebrated me coming out, and then there was somebody in a cloak that was said congratulations and to welcome to this life, which again I didn't really understand, but also was really hungry at the time, and I'm still very hungry. So yeah,
And was Jimmy always your name before? Or was that like a new name you took on?
no, that's always been my name.
Okay. I'm going to lean over and cross reference like any missing persons with him.
You will be able to find that there is a Jimmy Chong that had gone missing, along with a couple of other folks too that kind of matched the description of the people that you had seen tonight.
Gotcha. Okay, so for the most part, it seems like you were part of some kind of recruiting initiative for this new group of yours. It's kind of they turned you, and then they were, I'm presuming, helping to turn these three boys that we got in the trunk sleeping right now to join them as well. They would have woken up from the grave and been celebrated just the same, or was
Yeah.
this a different situation?
Well, I imagine yes. I don't know because they just said, "Hey, be here at this time and be ready to attack you all." And that's really as much information as I got.
Gotcha. And they're referring to this whole thing as vampires. That's the word that they're saying to you?
Well, they didn't really say, but
That's your understanding.
Yeah, I'm kind of putting two and two together. You know, the I can't really eat food like I used to, and now I'm really, when I say I'm hungry, I want to drink the blood. I'm assuming that's what I am at this point.
Well,
You're handling this really well, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a way of saying that. Yes, I've also been to therapy a lot, so like I'm trying my best to use my coping mechanisms. But there are times where it's just like it's not helping. Plus, it's just like I got this voice in my head that's just like, oh, you should definitely drink and this, that, and the other. So yeah.
What does your voice sound like?
Angry, very angry.
Oh. So you woke up, got yourself a sweet jacket, and then they told you to go out and wait for people to show up.
For this, yes.
For this. But you've never eaten.
They did give me, and you'll see as Jimmy kind of like looks away and he says, well, there was one guy that they had thrown in there, and I just kind of like blanked out. And the next thing I know, like my face is kind of covered in blood, and I kind of freaked out for that one. So, but it tasted really good.
so they're turning them willy-nilly, but not giving them any proper education at the forefront, it looks like. Not your fault, Jimmy, but you should be more informed than this by now.
There are other options as well.
Like what?
Well, not to, not to toot my own horn a little bit, but you can always just feed on the blood of animals.
I thought that was just like a Twilight thing.
No, I assure you it's been a thing for quite some time.
You
if anything,
also,
we were doing it first, if anything.
You
Okay.
also can feed in means that do not require it to be so gruesome. It can be pretty enjoyable for both parties, to be honest. And, the prey walks away just fine.
And you'll see like there's a look of like confusion as he's trying to like put everything together. He's like, So there's just like there literally is like this whole society of us.
Yes.
Kindred.
Are we not supposed to use the V word then?
It's uncouth.
Oh,
Not your fault. Again, someone should have taught you better. They clearly were not. But yes, we refer to ourselves as kindred.
Um,
You typically have a sire, though I'm imagining you have no idea who turned you.
not a clue. I do remember hearing at some point someone saying Canaanite. I don't know what that means.
In what context?
It was in passing, and they were saying something Canaanites of the city, something. Um, yeah, I was in another room at the time, so I was just like I had no idea what that meant.
Nia, do you
Yes.
think you can help jostle his past a little bit?
Oh, I'd love to. Could I? I'll use premonition, but what I wish existed was like uncloud memory.
I have
Uh,
cloud memory. Can I uncloud his memory?
Yeah. How do I reverse roll this? I cannot.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like it. I'm here for it. I'm going to need you to roll me a rouse check.
Yeah.
And then, in addition to what you would need to do for the cloud memory, you're also, because you've always been accustomed to doing it this way. You cloud the
Yes.
memory,
Yes.
uncloud it. Should work theoretically the same, but
I imagine there's a process to like you are searching for the memory to cloud it.
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll also say just yeah, we'll do a rouse check to see how that works out, and then roll for the rest of the cloud memory.
Yeah. I got a success. I'm
Okay.
no hungrier than I was. So now roll cloud memory, which is one success.
I imagine he's not unwilling though.
He isn't. He's more than happy to just. I mean,
Yes.
he's your guys' new friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, if you don't mind, go ahead and describe how this looks.
I put my fingers to his temples and I just kind of give him a little massage. And then I very quietly say, "Hey, remember now."
As you say that, and you start digging through the memories, you see the instance that he's talking about. He's in a room with the other gentleman that you had seen just a little while ago. Some of them are curled up into a ball, just not understanding what the hell is going on. Yeah, one of them's pacing. There's a door that's closed, and then you suddenly hear two voices. One's mask. What is it? A male voice, and the other one is similarly a voice that is just muffled. You hear as they're talking, and the male voice is saying something that's kind of hard to hear until you finally are able to focus enough to hear. As soon as we can raise the enough of the ground fodder to be able to overtake the Canaanites of the city, we can rule this again, Grand Inquisitor. The voice will then goes the same Charlie Brown wonk 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 wonk. Not able to tell if it's mask or femme sounding, but that same wonk blindness to it is just still there.
Someone's doing this wrong.
Doing it wrong in what way?
I can't see everything I want to see, and it's annoying. But an inquisitor is involved?
What does that jostle for me?
For anybody who was around during the time of the Sabbat taking over the city, go ahead and roll for me in intelligence and academics.
Can I argue politics?
Yeah, I'll give that to you.
Incredible.
Two
The worst you're going to
successes.
hear is no. 3 successes.
Okay. Don't mind me real quick. I'm just gonna roll some dice.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
We're in an enclosed
You don't
private
need to
space,
roll
sir.
dice. You don't need to roll
I know
that.
where y'all are at. Still gonna roll some dice.
The Hummer limo is military grade. I don't know what to tell
I won't tell you either.
you.
Okay. So, the term Grand Inquisitor, from what you remember, was held by somebody by the name of Maria Sandoza. She was a key figure by the Sabbat here in the city. She was reportedly a 6th or 7th generation La Sombra who had been turned and rose to the ranks relatively quickly. When the Sabbat came into town and pushed out the Camarilla, infighting within the Black Hand, the Sabbat took place, and she ended up taking over and diablerizing her sire and took his spot. And then I would also say too that it was rumored that she had also been part of the death of a family of of the Gonzalez family, or she was at least there, from what some people have said. And from what you guys remember, there were four families of the Camarilla at one point, and then after the Sabbat had taken off and the Camarilla came back, there were only 3 who are still in power, but on the west side.
Lovely. La Santa is gonna get one motherfucker of an invoice.
Why?
Well, I was right. We stepped right into a hornet's nest.
Oh.
Unfinished business.
You can say that. Very unfinished.
Why would the Sabbat work with the Inquisition?
Is it the Inquisition? Or is it just the title of the Grand Inquisitor?
It's it's just a title that they have.
Within the Sabbat, right?
Yes.
Gotcha.
They don't work with the
Right.
Second Inquisition. It's just that is a title for a high-ranking member
Within the.
Mm-hmm.
So at least the things that we know for sure, is they are trying to grow their numbers at alarmingly quick paces and definitely going about it somewhat recklessly and uncaring of the rules that have been set by other factions as far as who you can and cannot take. And thanks to Jimmy, it seems that there is some clear intent in putting themselves in power again.
The woman will pipe up at this point. She's like, and she'll be like, "Why would they want to come back after all these years?"
From my understanding, currently, you said the city is between the Camarilla and Anarchs right now.
That's
Right.
correct. Our audience would see that if they were to look at a map of El Paso, west side is taken over predominantly by the Camarilla, while the east, lower valley, and central, to include the northeast, are all taken over by the Anarchs, with only a small sliver, which is known as downtown, to be known as a neutral spot for all kindred. And it's also where Elysium is at. One of the agreements by both Anarchs and Camarilla was to have representation representation on both sides. The Cam obviously has their keeper, and the Anarchs have adopted and have their own.
Well, if anything, they likely got a taste for what it is to be the people in charge. And not having that, I don't imagine, is something that settles well. So they've likely been plotting, scheming, waiting for right opportunities. And as I suspected, creating infighting and suspicion between the Camarilla and the Anarchs creates opportunity. You have them blaming each other, and none of them are focused enough on you to see yourself growing in power until it's too late.
They hope to start a civil war.
Correct. And once both sides are weakened enough, they've been
Then
hiding in the
they-
shadows. Take it just as easy.
None of this is particularly helpful to what's happening. But have I ever tried to use my premonition with La Sombra before? Like, am I getting the what womps? Because this is a La Sombra, and for some reason I class as like electronic information.
I'll leave that.
Or they're able to cloud it.
I'll actually leave that up to
Yeah.
you. And if you want, you can make a roll for me. You can do, either a wits, either a wits and because it's a wits and occult roll to see if that will, if that's what what is it at the to help piece together. No, not a wit. Sorry, intelligence and occult.
Intelligence and occult. 5 successes.
Nice. So I will say that it's probably one of those where La Sombra have the ability to manipulate the at the like electronics and stuff like that, right? This is something
Mhm.
that we have an understanding of. But if this is the potential of being a Lasombra that has the ability to do that in terms of like messing with others' abilities in such a way that you're experiencing, that might be somebody that is of a higher generation than you are.
Mm. So a very powerful kindred. We should be careful.
Uh-huh.
It's important.
The womp womps are important.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, if anything, we should definitely get back to La Santa with our new friend.
Yeah.
Z, as she looks at the trunk. As I'm sure knowing where this is coming from will help assuage a little bit of the infighting, hopefully, and give a little warning.
As you say that, the car will begin to move and Juan will begin driving over to at least where you guys know her to have been at last. But as he eventually does pull on up, you'll see that St. Bartholomew's is closed for the evening, or at least at this point, seem things have gone quiet. They've gone quiet. There's the streetlights, obviously, but all the festivities and everything that you all were participating in seems to have died down to where there's hardly any vehicles at all.
Do we know if La Santa normally stays like within the church, or are there other places they like to haunt this time of night?
You would also know that she has a little underground club, literally and figuratively, not too far away from here. It's at one of the local grocery stores um, that's on Fort Street. That's, like I said, from the outside and as far as anybody can tell, it's a grocery store. There's a whole lot of other little supermarket, a little not supermarket, but little marketplace. There's a whole lot of stores that are up and down this. But for Kindred, there is a there's an entranceway that allows you to go down into the basement of it, which is where she has literal club and also an office down there to be able to handle anything that she needs to handle and just also be able to continue partying as she wants to.
Incredible. Do I know of a more discreet entrance that doesn't mean we have to go through the club to get to her office?
No, and that's more of just a safety mechanism for her, is that you come through the one entrance and you pass through all of her protection as well as the whole crowd of people. Somebody's going to mess with it. If someone's going to mess with her, they're going to mess with a whole lot of people.
Fair enough. All right, then yeah, we'll go there.
Okay. You'll see as you all feel as Juan will slowly turn the limousine around and beginning to head on over. It's not that far of a drive. As this quick drive takes place, I'm going to ask you all just what your thoughts are now as like you're kind of putting the pieces together and how you're looking to potentially approach La Santa with all the information that you've currently gathered.
I think for Isabel, there's a lot of thoughts running through her mind, especially with like the Grand Inquisitor being brought into the mix, where this was a little chore that a friend was asking her to go on. It's now become a bit more personal. So she's interested more in seeing how La Santa reacts to the information, and then seeing where she can take advantage of it most to benefit herself
Mhm.
and her goals. Like her mind is literally just like fully just it's chess right now. So
Yeah.
she's seeing where the pieces are set and what moves are being played from like different parties and trying to figure out her strategy.
Okay. Cool.
Araceli is angry on behalf of Jimmy, and the others are in the trunk. Um, Basically, in her mind, she's more focused on the fact that someone sired these guys and just let them loose without any guidance, and that pisses her off.
Yeah.
And she wants whoever is doing it to, she basically just like wants to kick someone's ass at this point. You know, how dare you turn these people in need onto the street without any guidance whatsoever.
Name is kind of rearranging client order in the head. This job's done and they're kind of bored, because well now they might have a new client and that's really nice, but we did the thing, so what else needs to be done? I think the thing that Name is spending most of her time thinking about is just how powerful a kindred has to be not to be able to hear a voice clearly, and that there might be some problems yesterday.
I do have to ask, Araceli, when you get angry, how does your beast manifest itself?
I imagine it's very similar to when she uses Eyes of the Beast, where her eyes are just red,
Mhm.
literally red. Seeing red, her eyes are just bloodshot, and she is just, her whole aura is just red. Um, I think her vampire fangs are a lot more visible than they normally would be,
Mhm.
a lot more pronounced. And just her entire demeanor just feels very tense, like she's ready to pounce on something.
Is
Would
something
go
is
for it.
something wrong?
I
Sally?
turn. I just I just hate to see people treated as if they're just disposable.
How are they disposable?
You don't think that they sent Jimmy and his friends to, I think that they sent them to die, honestly.
What's the point of that, though?
I mean, in
Like,
best case scenario, they succeed. And worst case scenario, they were expendable anyway. And they didn't lose anyone that they really needed. No offense, Jimmy.
None taken.
But
but if that's the worst case scenario, then they expose themselves. That doesn't make sense either. unless they're ready to expose themselves, have a big celebration, a big party. Ooh, big party. We're about to go to a big party. Big, hello, we're back. We did it. Look at my army.
But why else would they send a new kindred without the ability to understand why they were created?
Yeah, that part's confusing.
Is there anything that kind of like stirs up for me in this conversation? Like when we're trying to figure out motivation, there was a trap set. We don't know if it was necessarily for us, or maybe it was. But yeah, sending freshly turned kindred on an ambush, risking that. I mean, if it was anyone but us, even someone more powerful, it would have been very easy for them. So yeah, you're risking exposure. Is there something else kind of like stirring?
How much of that night do you remember?
Almost all of it. I think it's like very ingrained for her.
Then putting all those pieces together, knowing what you know and remembering and being and reliving that night, as I'm sure you've done plenty of times. Does this sound familiar?
Do I get the sense that I was the target?
No, I would probably not say that, but
Mhm.
it was just maybe a target of opportunity, not like the last time. This time it seemed more whoever came by was going to get got.
Do I get the idea that the Gonzaleses are making moves? Or not the Gonzales, the Ramos?
No, doesn't seem like it's that. And as you kind of rake your head through as trying to put all the pieces together, you all can see as Isabel has his wheels are turning before suddenly you are pulled up to the supermercado and driven out to the back, and you'll see a familiar face of Ricky that is standing at the door, just kind of casually hanging out, and sees the vehicle, kind of eyes it, and then watches as Juanita will pop on out and head over and open the door.
I think Isabel steps out and she's still very much like in her head and then looks over at Ricky. You've got a couple of strong guys in there, right?
I got one or two.
Okay. And she pops her trunk and shows him the bodies.
The fuck is this?
Shopping.
I'm assuming this is in relation to what the boss had you all do.
Yes. She asked, and we brought it.
Not mortal, are they?
Unfortunately, not anymore. They're a little half and half at the moment, not fully toasted.
Hungry.
Okay.
Very hungry. But so far, 3 asleep, 1 paralyzed, the other one friendly. He can walk on his own.
You'll see as Jimmy just kind of like nods his head. And then Ricky will just go, all right, sounds good. We'll take care of it from here.
Bring him down. Thank you. And she'll walk in.
I think on the way in, Name's gonna step up beside Isabel. Are you okay?
Some things are not making sense and some things are, and I'm trying to sort through all the information. But I think it's a lot of old stuff resurfacing, and I need to make sure that I'm ready for that.
Hmm.
It's a shame we had to reschedule our session. That could have probably been useful.
I mean, after this is over, maybe it's a good time to schedule for.
I'm sure there will be much to unpack, for sure.
Yes.
Araceli.
Can I do a quick
Go for it.
quick premonition on this one?
On me?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Premonition me, baby.
Okay, go
What
for
you
it.
need, a little blood?
No, just to see whether I get hungrier, and I sort of just put my hands gently on your temple and give it a little massage. I get a little hungrier while I do that.
Okay.
But ooh, 5 successes. What
And
am
that's
I
with
reading?
that's with a willing person.
I'm
correct?
willing.
Yes.
You tap in and you take a look. Your premonitions show really quickly a flash of you all in a room talking with La Santa, but that same blurry figure is there next to you all. It's like a in line with you all before it's further on down, and we're seeing a couple nights ahead where you are all scrambling to figure stuff out as to what you all need to do next after, and then it flashes over to another night where you are faced with a tragedy, and then you are immediately brought back in, and then the camera will pan back over. Hold on real quick.
Baby.
My wife just came home, so that's why our big dog Crispy is over there, and she's barking, getting excited. And my little dog Taysa, also known as Big Tasty, is hearing the barking.
Tasty.
Making sure we can kind of cut this out, but yeah.
Incredible. Little
Oh
baby.
my goodness,
It's so tasty.
Little potato. I love him.
But as we pull back from that, we'll see as Rosalita will move on up to the side next to you, Araceli, and just say, "This is a really wild night, don't you think?"
Yeah. Really wild. I mean, could have been worse. All things considered.
Yeah, it really could have. This is as you all kind of like walk on into the underground club.
Real quick, as
Yes.
we're walking through the club, can I just pull someone over and make out with them and bite their lip and feed a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredible. I'm gonna mark that down because I was at 3 hunger. I need to work it back.
So hungry.
I'm so hungry.
So
I'm
hungry.
so hungry. Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to do. She's like still in her mind, like fully ruminating and thinking, and she's like, I'm so hungry and I can't think. And she just like pops on her awe, and the first person that locks eyes with her, she just like brings him over, makes out with him, and tosses him away.
Um, so, you will see Araceli as well. Like, as obviously that does happen. Araceli, you'll see as Rosalita will kind of like look around and like, hi. She'll look at with a sense of bewilderment and curiosity, and she's like, I've never been to one of these before. This looks interesting. I've heard about them.
Certain sections are free feeding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as long as you go a little deeper. Not where most of the humans are, but the more kindred you start seeing, the more open it is.
You think that there are more spots like this around the city?
Likely. All factions have their particular haunts.
Interesting. And you'll see as that she just kind of just like continues looking around as she follows you all. As you head towards the back to get to where La Santa's office is at. There will be two guards that stand close on by. But before that, Araceli, did you have anything?
Yeah, I want to turn to her, and I want to ask. So you've never been to one of these before?
No.
How long have you been a kindred?
Been a while.
So you just don't have the social life? Is that what's going on, or?
La Santa never invited you?
I just don't come to these things.
Neon, did you share with me what you saw?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about that too. It's just like
I would
going
have, yeah.
back.
Flipping back, I would have said tragedy and more blurring. Whoop, 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 whoop. With the Baron.
So you haven't ever indulged in one of these clubs, Rosalita?
No, not really my scene.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, don't let us keep you. I think we've got it from here.
No, I think it'd be good for me to hop on in. See
Not
what
even when you were alive?
no.
How old are you?
I've been around for a little bit.
I would. I would like to attempt to compel.
Okay. What about everybody else? Seems like your interest has been piqued with regards to Rosalita. Is there anything you would like to do as well?
I would like to heighten my senses. Can I activate two powers at the same time? Like if they're both free, can I activate both simultaneously?
How would you want to do that? I guess my question to you is like, how would you go about doing that?
I think. Oh, actually, no, I won't activate heightened senses because that would hurt in a place like this. And I would know that. So what I would like to use is weight of the feather and make it look like I'm jumping around dancing, but my feet are actually not touching the ground.
Mhm.
I am light now. I am very, very light.
Okay.
Doesn't increase my jump distance, but I am very light, very nimble,
Love that.
resistant to being thrown.
Okay. Araceli?
I am the opposite of instead of using awe, I have daunt. So I am using my daunt to kind of get everyone out of the way.
Okay. Thankfully for you, that's a free one. So
Yes.
it's like as you guys kind of are approaching this,
She's just she's just very like little 5 foot something.
for sure, everybody just kind of moves out the way for all of you. It's kind of like this massive exodus, like Moses parting the sea, as you all walk beeline straight over to La Santa's office. You have 9 successes to beat.
So for the compel,
Yes.
I don't think there's any way for me to do it.
Run away.
I'm still gonna roll for it because I said I would do it.
Okay, let's go.
Even though it's not gonna go, but charisma and dominate. Charisma. Dominate. Let's see how much that is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a world. There's a universe.
There is, yes.
Okay, no, that's 3 successes. I think like I start to whir up a compel, and it's meant to be like, no, go on, dance, enjoy it. And as I feel that it doesn't hit, I'll look at Ricky, and he's there with us, right? Or like he was guiding us to the thing.
Yeah, he would have had other folks obviously take the bodies off of y'all's
Mhm.
hands and led y'all over to go talk with La Santa.
Okay. Then I'll look at Ricky and just basically go, she's compromised.
Do you say this out loud for her to hear, or no? Or are you trying to be sneaky about it?
I'll be sneaky about it in the way of like, yeah, I think I'll attempt to be sneaky about it, and kind of like as we continue walking and she follows, I'll just try to like walk up to Ricky and do like a flirty whisper in his ear, but it's me letting him know that she's compromised.
Okay. Managed to go ahead and do that as he kind of like nods his head, and then we'll lead you over to there. As he does, he'll pull out his phone real quick and say and shoot a quick message out. Before getting to the door, there are obviously 2 bodyguards that are in front, but they will part ways for you all in there. And you will see as the door opens up, Lasanta has another guard behind her, and you can see that this one looks to be standing at about like 6'2", but he looks bigger than what a normal kindred would look like. You can probably pick up that he is a Bruja as well, as he is standing there as menacingly as he can. She is sitting at her desk and is kind of giving you all a look and says, "Come on in," and close the door. You all come in, door closes behind, and she will look at each and every one of you before her eyes lay on Rosalita, but then we'll come right back to you all. It's like, so what were y'all able to find?
found your little soldier boys. They're in kind of a half state of turning at the moment. And seems like we were ambushed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
By who?
It's hard to say. They appear Sabbat, but they're also so fresh. And I suspect that there's a lot of shifty business in regards to blame. I know you joked about, well, not really joked about the suspicions of maybe they're trying to make their rise again, but I'm wary.
Okay.
It seems easy to make it look like Sabbat. And if I can in any way, like, La Santa and I have known each other for like a decent bit,
Yeah, I'd say so.
would you say? I'm trying to like veil it in the sense of I've let her know Rosalita's compromised,
Mhm.
and I'm trying misdirection of like, it looks like Sabat. I'm a little suspicious. I don't want Rosalita reporting back that we know as much as we might, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
If I look down the line, is this my vision?
This is on par with your vision.
Then I'm going to walk up to La Santa, get super, super close, like nose touching close, and say, whoop, 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 behind me.
Understood. So we're thinking that this is as she'll kind of like pull away from you just a little bit. So we're thinking
I'm
that
just
this,
like calmly like patting me. I'm like, okay, that's enough.
so we're thinking this is Camarilla, not Sabat. Then
Could be. I mean, what better way for the Camarilla to get an advantage on you if they sick you on the spot?
it'd be kind of low for family to do that, but I'm sure that there are rivalries, of course, amongst them, even if they don't want to talk about it. Would you not say? So, what do you suggest we do about this problem that we have now?
Well, you can't really let the Camarilla go unanswered. And you certainly, I mean, if you let them get this unrest, other people on the Anarchs are going to call for blood. And I think you'd rather be the person to strike first, don't you think?
I agree. Would be better to be the one to strike first. And then she's gonna look over to you, Araceli, and say, "And how would you strike first?"
And at this point, I want to look at Rosalita. And I said, and I feel like I would go, how would you do it?
Want me to strike first?
No, just having conversation. How would you do it?
Yeah,
Oh,
just tactical conversation here.
tactical conversation. Well, let's see. I think I would probably strike him right in the heart where they least suspect it. Get into a meeting. Get into a room where it is only just a few people and the targets. That's how I do it.
You know anyone specifically in the Camarilla that would want be the highest motivated ones to start this?
You know, the last time we were put into a situation where we were looking to take over, a family ended up dead. And then you'll see as her eyes being brown for what is it? Colored brown will suddenly gloss over fully black as she says, "If I'm not mistaken, too, I was there during a certain wedding, and it was a union between the now deceased, was it the Gonzalez's, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Ramos are still around, so I think it'd probably be about time that we fully take over the city again. Isn't that right? We pushed your family out one time before. Now we just have more of you to do and take care of." As she looks directly into the Santa's eyes. How do you respond?
I'm gonna roll a rouse check.
That's a good response.
That's
Okay.
a self-imposed rouse.
Could I roll insight in something? I just want to know how likely is Rosalita to pop off?
Oh, I don't need you to roll that. You can see with the flickering of the eyes from like that illusion
Yeah,
of being regular to full on black. Like this lady is maybe about like a few seconds away from going ham.
yeah.
How does Ellie?
Since it's a free action, I'm going to go ahead and activate my eyes with the serpent again.
Okay.
And so it's a charisma and presence roll versus a wits and composure roll.
Alrighty then. Let me go ahead and grab out all my dice again. One, two, three, four, five, six. Hold on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I do not like how many dice you just counted out.
Yeah, no, it's kind of
Yup.
fucking rude, actually.
Yeah.
Too many.
Should
frankly.
put that away or something.
Yeah. You got to put them away because otherwise you'll accidentally count them in, and you probably shouldn't do that.
That's about 8 successes.
Okay. Oh yeah, I only got 3 successes on that.
Did you count it right? I don't think you counted it right.
Yeah, I think you need to
I-
re-roll that.
I think most of those are cocked, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 14. All right, that's 8 successes.
Yeah,
No, for
I
sure.
only
Wait,
got.
did I say
only
8?
got-
No, that's 7. Sorry, 7 the second time because I'm like, let me roll it on the dice roller because I'm not the
Phew.
best at math.
Phew. So much better than that.
So much better.
Could I mesmerize?
You can certainly try.
I can certainly
You
try.
can so
Oh.
try.
Let's rouse first. I get hungrier. But we're gonna try it anyway. 5 successes. She would be rolling intelligence and resolve.
Hey, Justin, at any time, you could just fudge them.
Yeah.
You know,
At any
remember-
time. You could be like, wow, I love my players so much. And they've been on really
Uh-huh.
good role play this whole time.
they've been
Yeah.
really good at role play, everybody. However,
Yeah.
that's 11 successes.
Hoi! I will take a couple steps back.
She will smile as she says, "Your young Canaanites have tried doing stuff, and it's fun to see them fail. So how about we do it this way?" And you'll see as like a shadow just kind of like rises up and slams open the door. We let the adults talk here. And if I can, everybody give me a strength and athletics check for me, please. Or
Okay.
dexterity and athletics.
Strength.
I'm
and
able to roll
athletics?
performance instead of athletics.
Okay.
when I
I'm
do
good with
shit.
that. So it's either strength or
Um,
dexterity and athletics, or if you have a different thing that you would like to try and do, I'm more than happy to hear it, and you guys can go from there.
Can-
Am I being thrown out of the room?
We're all being thrown out the room.
We're all
I-
being-
Okay, cool.
holding.
Can I argue dexterity? I have like angelic grace or whatever the fuck. Cool. So that puts
Not
this.
Niam, your light as a
Yes.
feather ability.
Yes.
Let me
I am immune to being thrown.
Incredible! Iconic.
I don't know that that's a good thing.
Okay.
Let's not say it's a good thing,
I want to be in the room when it happened.
but not much longer afterwards.
I'd like to be halfway in the room when it happens.
I want to be shimmying in the room while it happens.
I want to be right in the doorway, just
Yeah.
playing tippy tap.
I just want to like have my eye in, and that's it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's as far as I want to go.
Yeah. What does like a 1 success do for you?
Nothing.
What
Doesn't
about
do anything.
2?
It's a little bit better. It's not much.
Uh,
So imagine this,
I'm
right?
gonna. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do. Wait, no, I can't.
You really want to do that?
I
I don't know what you were gonna do. I'm just.
I'm gonna. I do want to do that. I want to do. Well, how crazy is the roll I'm rolling against? Like, is there a universe where I make it?
For this one, it's going to be at the. You're going to need to make at least 5 successes.
Oy.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, we ball, baby.
Fuck it, we ball, baby. That's 3.
Okay. So try as you might, the shadows just rise up, and suddenly 2 of you are shoved out of the room. But because of your ability, Niam, you are met with the shadows, but there's a sense of coldness that envelops you in a way that makes this in life just seem empty. Emptier than what you've ever been exposed to in your own life. And as the shadows kind of dissipate, you'll see as like mid up into the air, La Santa is like coming down with a fist onto her, but it's a very similar shadowy fist that is about to make contact. As that happens, give you an opportunity. What would you like to do?
Baby's not
Wait.
trying to get in the way.
La Santa is about to hit Rosalita,
Yes.
or trying to hit Rosalita,
Mm-hmm.
and Rosalita is about to hit me.
No,
Rosalita's no,
no, because her thing was trying to get you all out.
right.
But because you didn't, she was just encapsulated you and hopefully allowed for that being in the void to be enough to tell you to leave.
make me want to leave.
Yeah,
I do want to leave. Um,
hear a but. Like, hear me out.
yeah,
You're
I want
like,
to leave. I'll moonwalk, and as I moonwalk backward out of the room, I kind of want to take some shadow with me and maybe eat it.
As you
I
do,
don't. Yeah.
the connections that you were missing initially become a lot clearer. There's the connection from Rosalita to La Santa, but there's also now the connection that leads over to Isabel. And then that connection that binds the three together shoots off and heads west. And at this point, there is the sound of struggle before gunshots go off. And people are starting to panic and get the fuck out of here. You will see that there are people now fighting in this crowd that you've moonwalked in. Two of you been thrown out here. Your daunt was still allowed for that space to be there. So it's like as you came down on ground, and you come right back on up Ariceli, and you'll see like there is a substantial amount of space between you and the rest of the crowd, but the fighting is starting to kick off, and you're hearing gunshots and all this chaos start to take place. The music that was going on just kind of like scratches before nothing, and it's just chaos.
we need to get out. Like now.
Yeah. Yeah. Backing up.
Backing up.
Backing up.
Araceli is like on the verge of like trying to go back into the room to fight.
Nope. Mm-mm.
We super
No.
can't.
No.
We super
No.
cannot. We super cannot.
And
Nope.
If anyone can, it's La Santa, and she has a guard with her, and the rest of her guards know the situation. We are not going to be of any help. We will get in the way.
as you
We
say
are
that,
nothing.
you'll see as La Santa is like thrown through the wall and just like comes crashing onto the dance floor. And then the Rosalita will come on out or float out on these shadows as La Santa kind of looks up and looks over to you all. It's like, get out of here. This is a fight that I can take myself. And then she'll look over, it's like, Maria, you are not coming back into this fucking space. And then you'll see as she dives right over to begin that fight again.
Okay. Maybe she has a point.
Super
Maybe.
going. Yeah, we start running to the car.
Okay. As you guys take on off, there are continuous gunshots, fights going on. You all manage to dive and dodge around some of these. You can see some of the half-baked boys have arisen and are fully baked. Though they seem to be taken out pretty easily by some of the anarchs that are, by not some, but a lot of the anarchs that are around here. One in particular, Jimmy, will just kind of like watch and just kind of like wave you off as you all take on off. And you head on out the door, and there is your limousine ready to go. What would you do?
Dive on in there and tell Juanito to fucking go.
Cool. As you do, you all head inside. He pedal to the metal, takes on off and gets out of there. You can see as you all take on off from behind, there's a scattering of more kindred and people, whoever the mixture of the groups that were down, of the people that were down there, scatter from this supermarket before suddenly you see fire start to rise from it. As you all head on out and getting the hell out of Dodge, what are some last things that you guys do as your vehicle drives you off to safety? What would you guys do for the rest of your evening? Who might you guys contact?
I think
I go for it.
for the first time in a long time, I contact my sire, who is a member of the Camarilla, and just send a message saying, it's the Sabbat. They're attacking the Baron.
You'll get a message back saying, what would you, you'll get a message back saying, what would you have me do about this? And what can you do for me?
The Sabbat is everyone's problem. Do with the information what you will. This was a mutual survival communication.
Message responds back, I'll pass it up. Are you coming home?
I think Liam takes a long time to respond to that. And then responds, can the Camarilla fight the Sabbat?
There is no further response.
And then a further response, then no. And that's it.
Okay.
I think Isabel reaches out to the person that helped her that night. And I think all she'll say is, Maria's going to do it again.
You'll see a message come back and say, I'll let your grandparents know so they're aware.
And she'll just say, thank you. And then she'll just kind of sit back and like she's wrestling with a lot of information at the moment. And she'll kind of dwindle it down to basics and look at the other two. We need a place to stay. We need to assess, figure out what we know, and what our next moves are. because Maria knows about us as much as we know about her now. So we're pretty live targets. I have a place, though it's not the most secure and not the nicest, I'll admit. Unless anyone has any other options.
We could leave. Go see Juan's girlfriend.
I can call in some favors. You don't have to face this alone.
Favors sound preferable over Juan's girlfriend. I'm so sorry, Juan. I'm sure she's a lovely girl, but I'm not taking that PTO trip with you. I think that's crossing a few lines of professionalism.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We're still gonna approve my PTO, right?
Yes, it's approved. Actually, you know what? After tonight and you're done, you should just go. Just go. Take a week and a half for all I care. You're probably safer out there.
Okay, I will drop you off and take on off from there. Thanks, boss.
No, of course.
And Araceli contacts her sire as well. And the thing about her sire and her little group is that they are all she is a former Pachuca. And so all of them were former Zoot Suit guys.
Mhm.
So she is sending out the message. Some shit's going down. We need all hands on deck.
And you'll immediately get a response back saying, tell us when and where, and we'll bring the crew.
So, and I text standby.
As
We're
you
working
head
on the
over,
plan.
as you head on over and go rest for the evening, processing everything that had taken over for tonight. This was seemingly just another night where you were all probably going to help out a baron and gain some territory of your own. However, it's turned into the night that it has and left with a lot more questions than you have answers to. And as the camera pulls away from you all entering to Isabel's place, we'll see as it kind of fuzzies a little bit. And we are now currently in an office. There are ladies and gentlemen that are sitting around on this table. And at the head of it is a Director Campbell. And a fan presenting person will look at him and say, that was what happened a couple nights ago down in Central. We suspect that this may be there may be something more happening with the cold bodies, and that might require us to use tactical teams to assess the situation and possibly intervene. Director Campbell looks and says, approved. Get further information. I want to know exactly what we're getting into. If this is anything like what had taken place back in the 70s, I want this squashed ASAP. And if we need to take out the rest of them too, I'm perfectly fine with ridding them and not having to deal with any more backdoor dealings that they've done with before. And then everybody will, the woman will just nod her head and say, we'll get onto it, sir. And then somebody will pass on another packet and slide it over to him and say, this is a request form for additional support. One of them will be out of Quebec. Like, this isn't up to the level that we needed to, denied. Signs off, disapproved. Then one will come from Philly and take a look. You know how the government is with their boats. Tell them we approve sending a team to provide assistance and liaisoning. Signs that off. And then that's where we end tonight's session. Thank you all again for tuning in tonight or tuning in for our BIPOC Vampire Day game of Vampire the Masquerade, where we played through an El Paso by night, the Fragile Balance. I want to thank my amazing cast this evening for being able to play and tell this amazing story, as well as shout out to our lovely producer Taylor, who was able to get everything situated for this recording. So thank you so much, Taylor. And with that being said, we'll kick this off to the cast and go from there. So Alejandra, if you don't mind, please, can you start us off?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Alejandra, or Ale. I played Isabel Ramos. And yeah, you can find me everywhere at Table Talk RPG. Again, we're a TTRPG discussion podcast where you can listen to us yap about TTRPGs with lots of lovely guests. It's a good, casual, unhinged time. And right now we're posting monthly. You can also find me on just a bunch of other APs. I will hop on from a random time, but I love playing at different tables and especially playing at Justin's. And it's been a pleasure. I'll pass it over to Shauntelle.
Hey, I am Shauntelle B, and tonight I was named Roberts. I am a person, I guess, who plays games. I'm a psychologist, I'm a writer, I'm an actor, I'm a gamer. You can find me on random APs just all over the web. And my website is chauntellbenjamin.com. Thank you. I will pass on to Amanda.
Thank you. My name is Amanda, aka Panda Cabra, and you can find me most often every other Friday and then every other Sunday on the Altered Echo Archives. We stream on Twitch and Moonbeam concurrently, and also YouTube as well. You can catch all the video on demand on there as well. I primarily am playing Cypher System games, and this is only the second time I've done a Vampire the Masquerade, so which is awesome. Great GMing. I love it. So yeah, I use she, her pronouns. I was Araceli Marquez, who also used she, her pronouns. And you can find me on Blue Sky at Panda Cabra or any other social media under that same name. So feel free to come say hi.
And tonight I was your tonight I was your storyteller for the evening, GM Justin. You can find me at all my socials at Forever GM Justin. You can also find me over at Roll D5, where we specialize in playing indie TTRPGs. I have a lot of projects going on, so follow me on the socials to stay in the loop. And if you liked everything that you had seen tonight, if you want to show your support for sickle cell research, you can find in the description of this video the link to be able to provide any sort of to provide donations. Please take a look and consider donating for an amazing cause. And with that being said, we are going to head on out. So thank you again. You all take it easy, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.